Alright, I'm really not doing much today. I just kind of want to come get this grill off for two reasons. Want to clean it up, see what it looks like. I'm probably going to paint this center section and then kind of figure out what I want to do with it from there. Additionally, while the grill's out, I'm going to weld the core support back together because, you know, whoever cut it in half so you could swap the engine out. Well, they left it that way, so. All right, do it again. Man, y'all got fire coming out underneath that. Mostly it looks like Phillips head screws. I'm not familiar enough to know exactly what I need, but everything I see is a Phillips. Probably these headlight buckets first. Yep, let's lose all those screws, so, you know, then I'll be out of screws. Seems like we're getting a little carried away on speed here. There we go. There's one headlight busket. It's really, they're in decent shape. I just don't know what color to paint them. Once I get this out, I'll also show you what I'm talking about welding up. I think I may have shared it before, but no reason to not revisit the atrocities that came before us. If you ignore them, you're doomed to repeat them. Nope, don't lose that. This is a nice little weekday project right here. Let's take a moment and gander at this fine craftsmanship that we are left with by some previous owner, the same genius that made this a multi-piece core support. Happened to damage the, well, maybe not. I'll show you this trick design that they've come up with here. Had to stop the cameraman from cameramanning. Alright, let's look. Right here you've got this hose clamp. That hose clamp was supposed to go over this Sawzall piece. And then if you'll see these screws that look like they don't belong, that would be because they don't. These are the solid steel pieces that are supposed to keep the core support, you know, together. So I'm probably going to cut these, unscrew these and then bzzzt, and, you know, at least lay some good semi-permanent beads on them. You can look in here, it's all pretty nice. I mean, there's your factory gray that hasn't ever been painted white, unlike the rest of the truck. You can see that if you don't install your retaining hose clamp properly, the multi-piece core support attacks your condenser, which I'm afraid it may have got it here. I'm going to go get a flashlight because I think here we may already be damaged. Let me grab a flashlight and I'll return. Looks like there might be a hole. If there's not, we got lucky. But man, it sure looks like there might be. I guess we won't know till we put a little inert gas in there and see if it leaks out. Isn't that what you're supposed to use, is some type of inert gas? This condenser looks like it belongs here, like it's actually made for it. The radiator and fan shroud are not supposed to be mates, but you can see condenser is supposed to bolt up to the back of the radiator mount screws. Regardless, if I have to replace it, it is not super difficult. I would rather not have to, especially since I'm not particularly sure whether I'm going to get away with just, fixing the AC switch and then sticking her all back together and maybe the compressor works. I got serious doubts. Alright, so the joys of welding. I don't mind it. Cleaning up after other people's ridiculous thought processes does annoy me a bit. Just, I guess I'm gonna have to take out some screws to see how much I can move this stuff around to try and get it to line up. The main problem here is I don't think it's very structurally sound to have the core support held together by some sheet metal bolts or screws and not much else. Oh no, we lost all time lapse footage. Now it's wasted. Not really. It's just, yeah, okay. I hate cleaning up after other people's really bad ideas. Is the main story here. Like, I would just love to be able to come in here, pop the old grill back on, take a look at it. perfect way to get myself burned. I know, I got an idea. Use some safety wire. All we're trying to do is leverage this some way to close the gap between the two halves here. Partially because we probably should have left some of the gap on that side and some of the gap on this side. Okay. Well, that was just enough there. Well, we're to this point where we want to try and recombine more metal. It's
there she goes, sweet as honeydew. You swear that you have seen her face like she's deja vu. She's the image of the fruit you cannot taste, forbidden and out of reach from another place. You don't know her name or how she got to here. All you know is that you know she's from a higher tier. You're reaching for her now. She built her way down and out. She's never coming down. There's never any doubt. She's up above. Oh, she's a bitch. She's simply out of reach. She's up above. Oh,
hey, it's like one piece all over again. Let's see if I can adjust some of this stuff to kind of match up better. What are you doing? Stupid. Come on now. Probably missed a bunch. You're going to have to take the day off. Alright, but let me take the camera off. I'll show you what we're working with. So I just came through with hammer, kind of lining these up so that I can go and kind of weld them back together. This one, of course, we have the larger gap. Height wise, it's all pretty decent. This was kind of bent out previously. I straightened that out, and this piece this was bent down, but and then we got some pretty terrible welding going on down there. But I think it'll work better than the what was that? It was a hose clamp that was holding it together previously. So let's do some more little tacks and see how far we can make it here. Okay, so I could get in here and do a lot more work to make this mo better, but look, this is about up to standard. I probably need to clean this up some. This could be better on the sides, but look, it's one piece again. That was my primary concern. You can still see the seam down here, but we got penetration on the welds, so it is what it is. I wanted it to be one piece. That was the goal, and oh, it must have multiple cameras overheat because it's 4 billion degrees outside. So the process was big fatty grinder, little grinder, DA with 220 to do this kind of finer metal finish look, and I can put paint on it pretty much as it is. I'm probably going to do some cleanup here just because you know, I'd like to get rid of that big dauber weld and that big dauber weld, but you know, considering this is what was holding the car together before, this was right here, right? And there's 2 screws and the 3 on the other side were what was holding it together. You can see we definitely closed some gap. One of the holes already got filled over here because it was close to the edge, so I filled it with weld. But I wanted to more sport again. Just waiting for the next guy that goes in and swap it that can't figure out how to take the tires off, I guess. I mean, I guess that was a lot to ask. take some tires off, let them sit on the ground, put the motor in. Not quite sure what's going on with that Amazon guy, but he seemed very happy with his exercise or something. I'm not sure. Just catch weird little things when you're outside doing stuff. There it is, man. That's about where we're going to stop on this part. I'm going to go get some gray spray paint, wipe this down with alcohol. It's going to be the final touches, bringing this core support back to perfection ish. And I'll take a shot of this end product. It took a little bit of time. Since you're the last man standing, I'm going to show you our final here. Final. Yeah, that. I might have to spread that out, taper that paint together some. Doesn't look like a good match. It looks okay down here, but you know, it is not perfect. It is certainly better than a hose clamp and whatever monkey business they created. And the grill will go back on here, probably. I mean, these holes will probably change the location slightly. All in all, I don't think it has to be that close. Probably I'm going to feather that out some, but I'm going to let all the cameras cool off. Seems like we're having struggles. It's 100 and something out here, so that may explain why. I'll spread this paint out a little bit, make it not so blatant, and I'll come back after the sun finds a better place to hang out for a while.